What's up, everybody? It's Ash here. I'm doing another video. I guess I'm turning into a political reporter. Not that I ever really wanted to be that, but I actually prefer to make videos about ascension and good vibes and feeling good about yourself. But listen, we got ourselves a problem here. We got to deal with what's in front of us, right? So I'm doing another vid. Um, I appreciate everybody who watched all my vids, and I had some new followers. So thank you, everybody who's following me. And I wanted to go over some more stuff. I had some time to, get my thoughts together about the election and how it all went down. And I think it's pretty obvious what happened, right? Throughout the night, you could see how they slow rolled, like reporting Florida, they slow rolled reporting Texas. So what happened was all the states, obviously, that Biden was winning, right? They were closing, boom, right away. Colorado, right away. New Mexico, right away. California, right away. And if you notice, what do we see here? Uh, California is not even fully counted. 74%. That's it. You only counted 10 million votes. How many people live in the state of California? How'd you only count 10 million votes? And that's 75% of California is the 10 million? Okay, I guess so. That's what you want to believe. It sounds suspicious. I don't understand. Why isn't this at 100%? And are you telling me that Trump only got 3 million votes? All right, it doesn't sound credible. Um, Nevada, interesting, right? They were supposed to update. They were supposed to give some kind of update, I thought, and they never did. This vote tally is the same. It's an 8,000 point difference. I'm sorry, 8,000 vote difference, and they never updated. So maybe today they will. I don't know. Something suspicious is going on in Nevada for sure. They're slow rolling there. Now here's what's interesting. There's a lot of votes still out in Arizona, uh, and there's only 69,000 difference right now, and it's 86% done. This isn't over. Arizona's not even close to being over. There's a lot of votes still out there. And Trump could win this thing, but they're slow rolling this. So it's like all these states that, where Trump should have been declared the winner or is ahead, they're slow rolling. Now, this, I noticed that Pennsylvania did get some more. We got to keep an eye here because look what's happening. Trump had a 400,000 vote lead, and now and as you see, that they shrank that down to, he's only up by not even 200,000 votes. 175,000 less. So they shrank his lead in half, and there's still 10% to count. So that's why Giuliani and them went in there and filed the lawsuit yesterday because they realize what they're doing. I mean, think about it. If you know all the states you're short at, right? I'm short in Wisconsin. I'm short in Michigan. Well, why did the guy show up in Michigan with all these ballots then? I mean, what's going on here, right? Uh, Look how close Michigan is, and of course, how can you give that to Joe Biden when it's within it? That's highly suspicious. Wisconsin's going to be a recount. You shouldn't have given him these numbers already. So I think Trump's going to end up winning both of these, and I think he could win Arizona too, and Pennsylvania because uh, if it goes back to the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania about the case that there was a case that they filed right before the election where the Supreme Court ruled that they can accept ballots after a certain amount of days after the election. That should be illegal to me, in my mind. Um, Going back to the Fox page, they have him at the edge of getting the presidency. They got him at 264, which is wrong because he shouldn't have Arizona yet, and these two are going to be recounted, is my guess. I think Trump's going to win Pennsylvania. Um, and I heard that yesterday that they've been told to sequester any ballots received after the election day to be put to the side. Now, here's where it's going to get interesting because I was watching X22 report last night, and he was talking about the fact that um, he thought that it's possible that Homeland Security took over the ballots after the 2018 election because of what went on. Now, and also remember back to some of the Chinese embassies, right, that were told that they had to close. Well, then there was like, I remember seeing an article came out, and they were saying that they saw fires on the roofs of some of these Chinese embassies. Things were being burned. Well, why are you burning product? Why are you burning paper on the rooftops? What's going on inside your embassy? You know. And the rumor was is they got caught with their pants down. They knew they were going to try to print up fake ballots, the Chinese, and they caught them. And they said you got to clear out the embassy quick, and that's why, because they had to burn the evidence. Now, if that's true, and Homeland Security took over the ballot process, printing those ballots up, and they put a secret, an invisible watermark in there, right? That can only be seen under a special light. Well, what's going to happen if the Democrats did, and I'm not saying they did, but I'm saying if you did print up fake ballots and then try to introduce them into the system like this, if this was fake, because why are you rolling them in a suitcase, right? Ballots are supposed to be transported in sealed containers with a seal that's not broken, right? If the seal on that is broken, then it's been tampered with. Where's the chain of custody of these ballots? They have to be in a chain of custody, right? Like when they show the woman being escorted by the police with the memory stick. And so, right, it's got to be, this is not, this to me doesn't look like the way, if this is what this is, of how you would transport ballots. That's not the way you transport them. They're supposed to be in sealed, some kind of a sealed case with a seal on it that is unbroken, right? So you know it hasn't been tampered with since it's been put inside that box. And so a poll watcher filmed highly suspicious activity at a vote counting center in Detroit at 4 a.m., the morning after Election Day. And X22, or somebody was talking about last night, yeah, X22, Dave, was talking about that Trump mentioned the 4 a.m. drop-off or something in one of his speeches when he was talking about recently after the election. And so I think Trump knows what's going on. And so if they did know what you were going to do, and they took all the ballots and they put a secret watermark in it so that, as an added security measure, so that if you do print up these ballots and you try to introduce it, and they're going to be able to see it plain as day, and you're going to get caught red-handed. So if that's what happened, and I don't know if it is, I'm saying I think that's what they did. And I think Dave's right also, because that's, how else can you really catch these guys? I mean, this looks suspicious as all hell, but how do we know there's ballots in there? We don't, right? We have to follow this guy and see what he has inside there. Is it suspicious that he's walking into a ballot center at 4 in the morning like this with the suitcase? Yeah. It's highly suspicious to me, because that's not the way I've ever seen ballots moved around, are usually in sort of the same kind of a case that's sealed with a seal on it so it can't be opened up, not a suitcase. So we'll have to see how this all plays out, I guess, but the other thing I just don't understand, and I guess I'm never going to, is it's 11/5, right? Why are these states not closed? 78% in. 800,000 vote difference. 5 million votes counted still, New York. In a state of 18 million people. Okay. I don't know where the rest of the votes are. You ever going to finish counting? When? 2 days, 5 days later? I don't get it. How can you not have 100% done? Virginia's almost done. It's only down 400,000 there. Pretty close. 54-44. North Carolina, 94% done. How much of a lead does he have? 100? No. Less than 100,000 now. but he's got about an 80,000 vote lead. That should have been called. So, where's Georgia? Did they count anymore? They're almost done, 98%. But look how close it got. Look how much they pared back. This could be recounted now too. But it's going to come down to this to me. How Nevada and Arizona play out is critical now, because I don't know if Arizona's in play. Those 11 votes should be taken off, as far as I can see. But I don't know if they will. So I don't know when we're going to get any report from Nevada. I mean, we're 8,000 apart here. 75% reported. Montana, 99%. Now, here's the other weird thing. California, 66% reported. 10 million votes counted. 11, almost 12 million. So, still not done. Arizona, 88%, 95%, 90%, 97%, 94%, 99.2, that's almost done. 99, 97. Why aren't all these states done? I don't understand. What is the problem that you can't? They just stopped counting because he won, I guess. None of them reported all. I mean, if you're only 800,000 down, you got to count the rest of this, don't you? He's only 800,000 votes down. How are you not counting every vote in the state? I don't understand. You're at 78%. Let's see what the Times says about where New York is, because that doesn't make sense to me. 84%. 78%. So yesterday this was lower. So, I guess they're starting. This doesn't make any sense to me. Pennsylvania, 89%. He's still got almost a 200,000 vote lead. 90% now. So you could see what they were going to do. They were just going to manufacture just enough so we would win. You start seeing all these things come back, and they say, "Oh yeah, this is just amazing. There's 150,000 came back just for Joe." I mean, how can that happen? In Michigan, if 138 fake votes came in for Joe at the end, as they allege, well, that's the difference. So what's going to start to happen is, and they asked the woman in, I think it was Michigan. I was watching a press conference yesterday about it, and she said, oh no, it was Wisconsin. And she said that in response to allegations made by President Trump's team about irregularities in Wisconsin, she denied those, of course. But what was interesting was she couldn't explain how all of a sudden just 138,000 votes appeared for just one candidate, and the others' tally didn't move. That was the question that they were basically asking, which is, how did that happen? How did it at 6 a.m. all of a sudden this happen? And she says, well, we were updating the votes. Okay, but why did one side's vote get updated and the other got nothing? That's statistically pretty much impossible. You're telling me he got no votes out of that whole bunch of votes that just came in? He got none, and it all went to one guy? Okay. If you think I'm going to believe that at this point, I'm mistaken. So your whole state now needs to be audited and recounted. And again, if it's true, and I don't know if it is, but if that's what I would do if I wanted to try to catch somebody making, printing ballots illegally up, that's really the only way you can catch them and prove that they're doing it is. And it's the same thing why they put these things in money, right? Because otherwise you could just put a $100 bill into a really, really good printer with the right kind of paper, and you could print your own money, right? They don't want people doing that, obviously, right? So we have to put mechanisms into it so that you can't see, that are holographic, that will show up under certain UV and other lights, so that we can do this. And so that would be the only way you could catch them. So I think that's what may be in play here, guys. And that's why Trump just let them do what they were going to do. He let them slow roll it. He knew he had enough votes to probably win the election. And he let them do what they were going to do just to show everybody the lengths that these people are willing to go to. And that's what I wanted to end this video on. These people will release a virus on you, literally, and that's what they did to put this situation into play. By the way, Trump should have Alaska. Excuse me, guys. They will put a virus out on you. They will destroy your livelihood and your children's lives and yours, and they don't care. And the reason is to do this, for control and power. So hang in there, guys. We'll see how it plays out. I wish you well, and peace.